Hey friend, would you like to know which lens is better for videos? Is it the 18-55 or 16-80? Well,
in this video we're going to find out.
this difference is huge. In order to figure out the strength and weaknesses of these glasses, I have to take them into the wild for a showdown. And while I'm doing this, I may as well get my exercise in. This is the f2.8 Magic Cinema. At 18mm, closest focusing distance. Still focusing, still. Ooh, pretty cool. So from 18, let's zoom out to 35mm. That's it. So I'll quickly tell you, the lens weighs 334 grams. It has a filter size of 58mm. It's not weather sealed, so you need to be careful out in the rain. It has an optical image stabilization built in, which has a switch. You can switch it on and off. That's pretty handy. You don't have that on the other lens. And also, its aperture changes from 2.8 to f4. But when you record videos and you zoom, you would think the aperture change would cause a flicker. What normally happens if you change the aperture. But in this lens, if you just zoom in like this, look at this. That's at 55. And then back to 18. And then 55. It actually doesn't flicker and it doesn't really lose focus, which is amazing. So let's switch to 55mm. This is at 55, f4, sitting back in the chair. I should really move the camera back a little bit. So I moved the camera back. This is what you get at 55mm. You probably can't hear me because the microphone's a little bit too far away from me. But yeah, that's 55. We are at 16mm at f4. Climbing trees for exercise is underrated. We're monkeys, for goodness sake. We are at 16mm at f4, so I'm going to do the same test, zooming into 35mm first. And yeah, the aperture is always going to be sticking at f4 because that's an f4 lens. So this lens is weather sealed. It has a filter size of 72mm. It weighs 475 grams. It has an optical image stabilization, which is 6 stops. And now let's zoom into 55 so you can compare it to the other lens. That's the 55. I'm sitting from the same distance, kind of head down. And it is f4. Is it cinematic? Is this bokeh look good? And then this is where the magic comes. You can zoom in all the way to 80mm. 80mm, same distance. Let's move the camera back a little bit and stay at 80mm to see if it changes anything in the background. So this is about 3 meters away from me and 80mm f4. You see the background really blurred out. Can you even hear me? Because the microphone's actually over there. I should use a lav mic. Damn me, but sure. Oh. To test what the lenses can really do, we need to bring them into the darkness. So this is what we're doing. Out with the 16-80mm lens on the stand at the moment. It's completely dark outside. I put a softbox up at 25%. It's a Godox SS60. And we're going to test handheld vlogging style footage in the dark with a bit of extra light. So we'll see how it goes. So here I am holding that lens in my hand. It's against the light here. Yeah. And then check this out. If I turn around. Yeah, it's bright. It's super bright. This is my friend's tomorrow because it started raining yesterday when I was recording. When I just started doing the night recording. So it's actually raining again. We're still on the 16-80. What I want to do is I want to turn off my softbox and see if the kitchen light's going to do anything to this lens. And then we'll do the same thing with the other. Okay, lights off. There's a tiny bit of lights coming out of the kitchen. And let's see if you can see my face. Yeah, you can see nothing. So the ISO is sitting at 2000, but what I'm gonna do is I release the ISO, put it in automatic. Okay, ISO has went up to 12,800. So we're sitting at the highest ISO. This is the light source. It's just the kitchen. One of the kitchen lights on. It's actually when you're inside recording in the kitchen, it's like super flickery. Shutter speed 48. You know, as you do, shoot 24 frames per second. Sitting at f4 obviously, and then 12,800 ISO. Focus. Focus, my man. Can you focus on me? In the dark? Nope. That was all the way out of here. This is at like 55. Focus, arm length away. Okay, it's not focusing. I wonder if this is actually doable at all. This is at 16mm, pretty close to the lens, like literally like this close. My finger's touching my chin, and it's touching the lens. Of course there's a plane. Let's super quickly switch to the 18-55 lens and see how it deals with this. We're on the 18-55, I just switched, and this is with a 25% light on. I'll do a wee turny. See how it goes. Should I turn the lights off at the back? Oh yes, I think I had that on. So it's the light only. And I set the ISO to 2000. It was 2000 on the other lens as well, until I turned the lights off, the main softbox, and then I cranked up the ISO to maximum, 12,800. So yeah, this is vlog. I'm just holding the camera in the dark, and we're sitting at 18mm. This is an arm length, straight arm, and this is the chin thing, when my finger touches the bottom of the lens. Just like this distance away, and then that's it, stops it. So what I want to see is, I want to see if I can turn the lights off, and then if I can do with the kitchen. Okay, so this is the maximum ISO, 12,800 at 18mm, f2.8, and again the light source is only, look at that, it looks cool on the screen anyway, and the light source is only the kitchen light. Like randomly, like standing outside. So let's do the zoom test. Can I stay in focus is the question. Oh yeah. Interesting. So this, wow. This is where I was sitting actually. Difference is huge. 18-55 is so much better in the dark. Check. So I'm looking at the screen. Wow, I can zoom in. Hardly any lights on. And seeing, wow. Yeah, well, it's definitely a winner in this case. So that was night shooting for you guys. Let's flip this light back on one more time. And see how the ISO deals with it. Oh, yo, it's fucking burning good. Wow, interesting. Just set it in auto ISO and it went down to 640. That's the lowest ISO you can do, because we're shooting in a log. Interesting. When I turned the lights off and set the ISO to automatic, it went down to 640, even though I'm in the complete darkness. The only thing is this softbox giving me lights. So yeah, interesting. Is the background blurry at all? Let's do another zoomy test. A fast zoom. Slow zoom. Yeah, slow it in. Nice. My final conclusion is that both lenses are actually super amazing. But if you have to choose one and you're mostly focused on videos, I would actually recommend, and this is a surprise finding, the 18-55. Being able to keep the subject in focus while zooming and recording is a super good feature, and the 16-80 just cannot do it. And not to mention the low light, it's just can't compare. Plus, if you're looking to shoot a few headshots when you're like vlogging style, holding the camera out, you get that little bit of blurry background with the 2.8 aperture, but you couldn't get anything with the f4. It looks like a GoPro. The winner is 18 to 55. Yeah.